God said in Jesus, how y'all doing today? Sorry for that. God and Jesus say, don't you compare us to Dallas and Yellow Breezes and lies and Houston lies and what you did and what you did as a president. What you did with those things, God and Jesus say, what you did was wrong, Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Your dishonesty and putting your community first and put my child life at risk with the 911 calls. And they lie about it. They lie about it for their city and their community and for their politics. God said, I want nothing to do. You will never find me. You will never find my body. You will never understand it because your lies outweigh outweigh the honesty of my heavens. I will never let you in that. Donald Trump, that is not funny. That is not funny what you put before your community. What you did was not funny. What the state attorney did, you don't compare to me to you at all. I'm nothing like you. Jesus said we nothing like you and what you stand for. You play on people's beliefs because you don't really believe in something that's greater. Yesterday night, I'm walking in my house about 7 or 8 o'clock. My light keep on flicking in my living room. And I said about 9 or 10 times, I said, I know who you are for no reason. And I said the 10 times, stop it. I know who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are. And then I say, again, I know you the creator. Stop. And it stopped. And it stopped. I know the creator was by me by spirit. By those things that they stand for. They cross that line. That honesty that you give. You cross that line. Dallas courtroom crossed that line. God said I knew every industry. When that character police came to that book, he came, you know what he came? He said, you did good. I picked up a book. I know every industry, but our enemy betrayed that code. Our enemy lied about that code. Our enemy tried to stop me with lies of what happened at that character library. Do the research. When Walmart did what they did, that wasn't the first time they dropped me out. Then they came to the library again and saw me. And then they try to find out what the book that I read. In Dallas courtroom, dishonesty was given. The black and white tried to break my mindset. And they know what they tried to do. And God said, I want you to know some of what you did was wrong. You state attorneys and you security guard, you know who you are. And God wants your job. They know who they are. God wants your job. He wants your career. He wants you to never serve in that state in my office again. I'm from the heavens, and I'm from New Orleans. I'm from America, but I'm from the heavens. You get God. America is a name. God is a heaven. God, America is a name. God is a body in the spirit. If you put those things together, you get an American nation with God in the heavens. But you can't do that without belief. My belief was never there. But the community tried to stop me from going to the Social Security office and doing what the call center was trying to do. They have broken rules. And nobody seemed to understand that selfish governor and his community, his racism community, have broken rules. And you must be stopped as a governor for putting your community needs first. Iran better shut up because we ain't the same at all. I want him to hear me. We ain't the same. You can never use God and Jesus when you lie on him constantly. We can never be the same. I want him to know something. We can never be the same. I stand for something that you can't stand for while you watch other business treat disability bad. I stand for something that you would never stand for. I want him to hear me. I want his church and his ministry to hear me. I would never stand for something you stand for. I want him to hear me. I want him to understand. You never compare me to you. You was wrong for what you did. And I'm at God asking for a price. God, they know who they are. The security guard and the state attorneys. You know who you are. Give up your job. And you know who you are. You did something what you wasn't supposed to do. And God action demanding your job. He demanded it. The state attorney, before Judge, I already know you demanded it. It's not about giving back. It's about when you can't change that and you lie on that. Governor Abbott, you a coward for your people. You're a coward for what you stand for. This is not about liberty. This is about one man standing for himself and his people that don't show the same love and willing to bend the rules for himself and his community that can't change and had the right to write that in that mall but treat the people wrong. God said, I got a new rule. And that's sanctuary, every American business. Governor Abbott, you are not on my side, God said. You're on your selfish side. You have made it very clear of what side you on. You're on the people that don't care about life, that don't care about others. And God has had enough of you. Had enough of you putting others before me. Before that, you put your community first, not God. I want you to know something. You put your community first and not God. I want you to know something. I'm nothing like you. You support liars and you refuse to make changes. My child, he's always been, I used to go to church in Irving with Tana and Plano church in Irving. But you stood by them while your ticket to work program lied to me when I was going through a racial moment. At Walmart, you stood by them and you stand by them now. You take with no regards, with no regards to life. You are not winning, Governor Abbott. You are losing. You are going to pay the price sooner than your grandkids is going to pay the price for your arrogance. A war going to be started behind your means. Between hatred and lies and you politics are taking these kids' parents' side just because they stick by those things. You have broken rules. Sabina was on my journey, but some things have got taken out of control. And she don't know how to put Mirza aside between jealousy. I don't want to be with her. I'd rather not have it. And she is up to her. You have crossed the line. You have betrayed that code. You have betrayed the Spirit of God. Yesterday, I told you yesterday night, the light kept flicking in my house last night in my living room. It kept flicking about 10 times. And I say, I know who you are, stop it. I know who you are, stop it. 10 times. And then that 11th time, I know you the creator, stop, and it stopped. You have betrayed that. You had did something you was not supposed to do. And God said, you have betrayed the spirit of the heavens. You have betrayed space and time. You have created something that you was not supposed to create. You have put the American people first instead of putting the Spirit of God and God, Jesus' need of the light. You have did something, and I demand a payment. God demand a price of what you stole and what you did to me, state attorneys. You know who you are. I told Joe Biden, there's no sense to act like the damn Matrix when your spiritual behavior was being watched. And no sense to pretend of what you did as a black state attorney in courtroom. God wants your job, and he wants you to sit on it. When you sit in that jail with others, before you cross that line and decided to intimidate God's child and Jesus' child, and you decided to intimidate him, and team up in that, because you know you are that black nigga with that sideburn. Don't delete no cameras. Don't delete no cameras. See, I messaged the FBI after you did it, not just the state attorneys. You don't think I had it? Before you arrested me, the guy, when you arrested me, said, I didn't expect you was going to go to jail. You was going to go. You didn't expect, yeah, I expect. That's why the FBI was there. I messaged the FBI about your little behavior in Addison at that building, the two businesses. You have did something you was not supposed to do. We are not the same. We are not the same. You have started something, and racism is trying to break that. Liars that stood for themselves and their own belief. And you're going to let that happen? This is not cute. And God demand a price. I'm asking for the state attorney's job. No sorry involved. I'm asking for Judge Kennedy's job. No sorry for what you have done. You have taken lives and you put me in a situation. I want that 911 dispatcher job taken. I don't want to just hear sorry. I demand the price. Jesus demand the price. God ain't doing this with you anymore. You know you was wrong for sticking by racism of black and white. You still stick by them. But you don't stick by God and Jesus' spirit. And that's what you would never understand. That's what you would never understand. You have crossed that line. But you don't know my teacher at Newman Smith plus my teacher at Mary Grimes. I was still in, took me to a school over there. And nobody knows this and everything. I would sit by this school half of the whole day. You know what my teacher would tell me? You did nothing wrong. You know that? And I would sit there until the school day was over. Either I'd get a school bus coming to pick me up and take me to Mary Grimes and News, or take me over there and I would sit there by that room over there towards Creekview, where Kevion used to, towards that area. There's a detention. But the room was so much light. I said, I had my phone. Get money start the way you better, baby. You have crossed that line. And you don't even know you have crossed that line. Judge Kennedy, I demand your job. And I demand the prosecutor's job. And I demand the state attorney's job. You do this for yourself, Governor Abbott. And you always have. You put your community needs first. And around need to know, we ain't never same. I had teachers around me to keep me on straight. And even when I got out of high school, a job was lined up for me to keep things going. You could never understand the price that you pay. So you don't know, when I got out of school, I got with the Ticket to Work. My teacher got me with the Ticket to Work program. And in 2011, Damon Dad said he don't want nobody to compare nobody to Jay-Z. Don't want nobody as Jay-Z. Let me tell you something. But you have to love God and understand God to understand it. Jay-Z probably had his reasons. When other egos involved and personalities involved, and you don't know how to get along. Look at Making of the Band. Everybody want to think they're a leader. A P. Diddy band. Nobody a leader. P. Diddy did it. Your thing is to work together. That's the thing with that situation. Look at P. Diddy Making of the Band. And everybody talking about somebody fumbling you. Nobody fumbling you. Like, I'm working on some things. I feel like Steve Urkel right now. You have crossed that line. But when you do something you got no business doing, and you didn't answer that 911 call, you know what you did was wrong. Now my money better add up, you hear me? It better add up, Justice Department. God and Jesus said, but the enemy with their lies gonna try, you gonna let them. But they still lying, right? Let me tell you, my son is gonna know you're a liar. And hip hop and Dallas a lie. I'd rather my son listen to Kanye West and Christian music than listen to Dallas rappers. Than listen to y'all bull crap. You did something you was not supposed to do and you let them. You didn't want to answer my call. You let them do it. You know what you did. But the enemy will lie. Yellow Breezy, we ain't nothing alike. God say, I want you to stay away from me, you liar. We are not the same. See, my theater teacher convinced me to go to another school to fire my career. I remember I had 5 more years left. And she convinced me to go to another school. And she said, Heal and CLB. I believe in you. Go find your dream as an actor. I could have stayed. People didn't know. I could have stayed. But let me tell you something. I knew it was going to be a better idea if I go on another thing because there was no more else for me to learn at Smith. It was time to progressive. It was time to progressive to another level. Yes, we can. Wake your bitch ass up. Hey.